Good Christmas Eve, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Christmas Eve so far. I'm your host for South Carolina weather, Jesse Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Christmas Eve evening going into your future. Looking at the radar right now, nothing going on for the entire state of South Carolina. But if you go on and scroll our way out, you can see that we do have some rain going on inside of eastern North Carolina, maybe even up there in Illinois, as well as Arkansas, maybe even Louisiana, up there towards Shreveport. Shreveport receiving some strong storms, up to 30 miles an hour in pea-sized hail. Also, some severe weather going through Texas right now, over just to the east of Austin. Flooding going on near College Station, and also some a thunderstorm going through Nacogdoches. I think that's how you say that, Texas. I probably botched that hard, but over in that area, and then we also have rain going all the way up into Dallas as well. And so that's pretty much it in terms of there. If you move over here towards Idaho, Montana, Nevada, and even Utah and Arizona, receiving some rain over there as well. But that's pretty much it in terms of what's going on for the future, or not the future, but what's going on for the entire state of South Carolina. Here is our current cloud cover. Cloud cover right now. We may have some up there in the upstate of South Carolina, but everybody else seems to be looking pretty clear right now. So hopefully that can stay. You can see as we move through the night tonight, cloud covers again seems to be holding off. This is tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, yes, it does look like cloud cover could try to move in through the low country South Carolina and the PD region, even as you go into tomorrow night as well, as we go into around 9 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. Cloud cover still seems to be over the entire state. And as you move through the day after Christmas, cloud cover is still there. And going into the day after Christmas on that night, there is some cloud cover going on over there inside of South Carolina or in South Carolina as well. Current temperature, though, 35 in Greenville, 35 in Rock Hill, 34 in Union, 39 in Winnsboro, 41 in Columbia, 39 in Bishopville, as well as Florence, 41 in Sumter, 39 in Orangeburg, as well as 41 in Augusta, 41 in Barnwell, Fairfax, and 43 outside of Walterboro, Beaufort, and Savannah, as well as 46 in Charleston, Georgetown, and Myrtle Beach. Low temperature for tonight actually seems to be inside of pretty much 33 Greenville, Spartanburg, 32 inside of Rock Hill, 34 in Cheraw, 33 in Dillon, 34 in Florence, as well as 38 in Myrtle Beach, 36 in Georgetown, 36 in Moncks Corner, as well as 40 inside of Charleston, 43 inside of Hilton Head Island, as well as 35 in Walterboro, 36 in Aiken, as well as 32 in Greenwood, and 33 in Newberry. Precipitation for about the next 24 or so hours, only a hundredth of an inch to a tenth of an inch is possible, and it's over there near Myrtle Beach. And no severe weather, no thunderstorms, nothing like that. So let's go on and talk about our future. Then we will go on and talk about our long-term future, and we'll go on and talk with the audience. But if we're looking at the 0Z now, I'm going to go ahead and continue to push this forward. And honestly, I'm not really seeing anything rain-wise towards Myrtle Beach, so might not be any rain at all. May just be there, because I guess there's just a little tiny chance. As we move into 9 o'clock in the morning, though, on the 26th, though, of December, showers just off the coast of Charleston. And that's pretty much the only rain activity that I see that's actually close to South Carolina. So now let's go on and talk about our future for about the next 400 or so hours. That should be pretty easy to look at, as honestly it looks like it probably is quiet. And you go on and push this forward, and it just is quiet until you get to around December the 29th, where some shower and thunderstorm activity might try to push through, and then maybe some shower activity through December the 31st and January 1st. And look at that. December the 31st and January the 1st did not look this clear before, so honestly, your fireworks plans might actually be saved. So I know we were talking about, not even just yesterday, but about a couple of days ago, we were talking about how New Year's Eve night going into January 1st for New Year's Day, that there could be some rainfall going on but honestly, it looks to be disappearing. So hopefully that trend does continue. If you like fireworks, if you don't, that is a bad sign. But January 2nd keeps on going through, and honestly, a lot of rain. Maybe even on January the 4th, shower and thunderstorm activity going on there, and everything else just a bit too far out to talk about. So we'll go on and wait on that. So let's go and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's go on and talk about the weather there. The weather. Let's go on and talk about with the audience and see what they have to say for tonight. Mr. Oliver says, Happy Christmas Eve from Chattanooga, Tennessee. What's the forecast for Chattanooga? We'll talk about that in a second. Mr. Anthony says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you. Ms. Oliver also says, Merry Christmas to you. My mom says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you. My cousin Thad says, Good evening, just as good Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas Eve to you. My Nana says, Hi, Jay. What is the weather going to be like in LA for the weekend? Newton, Louisiana. Okay, we'll talk about that. And then you said, Nope, you nailed the name. Okay, well, I'm glad that I didn't. I didn't botch it because I know, especially with a lot of people in the meteorology field, they always worry about names that from different areas that they don't know. Like, obviously, we have names inside of South Carolina that are interesting, but I know how to pronounce them because I'm obviously from here, so that makes sense. But from other areas, they pronounce stuff different everywhere, so we don't know. So that's why we just try our best to try and nail it, hopefully. But starting off up here inside of Chattanooga, what's the forecast for there? We'll talk about that. Then we'll talk about Newton, Louisiana. Then we'll go to San Antonio. Then we'll go to Raleigh. And then we'll probably end it for tonight. Oh, we'll talk about the entire U.S. as well and any other news in terms of South Carolina-wise. But other than that, that's it. But looking at Chattanooga now, no rainfall seems to be expected as you go through the next 48 or so hours. And then if you look at temperature-wise as well, let's go ahead and talk about that. We're going to wait for this to load. Let's go ahead and check out our likes. We have 7 people in here and 7 likes, but we have had 11 people tune in so far. So if you're one of the other 4 people that have not hit the subscribe or like button or subscribe button, make sure that you do that. Low temperatures tonight in Chattanooga at around 33. High temperatures tomorrow at around 58. Low temperatures tomorrow night at around 39, maybe even 35-ish. High temperatures going into around the mid-50s into your day after Christmas for your high temperatures there. And then moving on down here towards San Antonio, Texas, where there is some severe weather going on around you. Low temperatures tonight around 55. High temperatures tomorrow 65 for your Christmas. Low temperatures for Christmas, honestly, getting only down to around 60, like at around like 10 o'clock. But it's going to rise as the day progresses or as the night progresses on. So at like 10 o'clock, it's going to be 60 degrees, but at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be 61. So it's actually going to warm up during the nighttime with high temperatures the day after Christmas at around 72, maybe 72. So definitely not going to feel like Christmas time over there. And then moving on over here to Raleigh, North Carolina. Move our way over here. We do have low temperatures tonight at around 33, 31, 32. High temperatures tomorrow at around 49. Low temperatures tomorrow night at around 32, 31-ish. And then high temperatures at around 47. And then that seems to be about it there. So now talking about rainfall for both locations. Let's go on and wait for that right back up. There it is. No rainfall seems to be expected for Raleigh as you move through the next 48 or so hours, but rainfall for San Antonio could potentially happen as some thunderstorms will probably move in at around 12 o'clock in the morning, so it's going to be definitely going to be very late. In about a couple of hours or so, some thunderstorms can move through, and that could potentially cause some heavy thunderstorms, maybe even gusty winds to move through, small hail. All of that is possible, and maybe some showers back behind it going into your the day after Christmas, going on at around noon, so around there. And then that is pretty much it in terms of both of those. Let's go on and talk about Newellton, Louisiana now, as I don't think that there honestly will be much going on this weekend, but I could be mistaken. Let's go on and check that out. Right now, the weekend is the 28th and the 29th. The 28th and 29th, honestly, not looking too well. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's definitely going to be raining, potentially. Again, right now it's still over 100 hours out, so we don't know the exact location and the exact time that it will, but there is a possibility of rain for this weekend. And then in terms of temperatures as well, going into the 28th and the 29th, temperatures in the 70s, and in the nighttime are out of the 50s or in the 50s, and then possibly dropping to around the low 50s probably. So again, it's probably going to be a mild but kind of wet weekend over there, which is not something that you want to hear as you go through there. But that is pretty much it. We are pretty much, let me check out the chat one more time, make sure I don't think I missed anything else. So that is it. In terms of severe weather, I do know that San Antonio does have a risk for thunderstorms tonight, obviously, as we just saw. Again, watch out for any sort of gusty wind conditions or any sort of small hail that might try to move through. And that seems to be about it. So talking about the entire United States now, I do believe that there's some good activity. We do have some fog going on inside the central U.S. from Kansas all the way up into North Dakota. Severe weather going on inside of Texas. We just talked about that. But yes, severe weather. Tornado warnings have happened today inside of Texas. And also wind, hail, all that moving through the eastern side. We also do have some winter weather going on inside the west. And then maybe some flooding going on with some high winds inside the west, as well as some unsettled weather or Pacific storms continue to impact the west as well. And that is pretty much it. I don't see anything else. Let me check the chat one more time. I don't see. I talked about all 4 locations of Chattanooga, Newellton, and as well as San Antonio and Raleigh. And so if that's about it, we're going to go on and wrap this up. Hopefully everyone has a fantastic rest of your Christmas Eve. I will be back tomorrow morning with your Christmas morning forecast update. I will be here for Christmas, so don't worry about that. Regular time. So make sure that you are there. And hopefully everyone has a fantastic rest of your Christmas evening. And I will be back tomorrow.
Hey!